Hi, everybody. We are tutor and mates from the course Autonomy in Language Learning Environments. Today, we are going to discuss some of the characteristics of good autonomous language learners. And for that, we are here with my colleague Lina Maria Zarate. Lina, so tell us something about you.
Hi, Freddy. Thank you so much. Okay, as I told you, my name is Lina Maria Zarate.
Mhm.
I am a bachelor in English and I have a master in bilingual education. I have worked as a teacher for 5 years with different levels population.
Okay, all right. So the main objective of this session is like to discuss, according to your experience, and also I am gonna give you some information I have, and we are going to end up to a conclusion at the end of this session. Well, let's start with the first idea. Let me show you. This is the first question, and I will allow you to tell me what are the strategies that good autonomous learners use. That is in general, no language learners, but generals. In general, sorry.
Okay, so I think that discipline is very important when we talk about an autonomous learning because we have to create a learning habit. So we have to create or establish goals in order to do them, and we have to be clear the goals.
Okay.
So we are planning the way to achieve them, and the discipline plays an important role because with it we have our own control and we can make all things that we propose.
Okay, I understand, and I agree. The main purpose of our teaching is to establish clear objectives, and uh, and I think those strategies are good for them. As teachers, we need to start trying to teach them or trying to help them with finding those objectives, those specific objectives for themselves. Good, thank you so
Yeah.
much for that. Let's go with the second question. This question is more about a second. This question is more about the characteristics of the good autonomous language learners. Right now, we are going to focus on these specific pictures, but also on your experience about learning and teaching. So, in this for this question, try to remember your experience learning language. In this case, learning the English language.
Okay, I think that a good autonomous learner have to be motivated to learn and revise information to find different reliable sources.
Mhm.
Have to be confident, and it's very important the discipline too, and the continuous practice and training.
That's very important. I would like to focus on this one responsibility. What do you consider, or why do you consider responsibility important for a good autonomous language learner?
Responsibility. So responsibility is joined with discipline too, because
Hmm.
you have to do some activities, so you have to achieve your goals. If you don't have responsibility, it's difficult that to achieve that you achieve that.
Hmm. Yes, you're right. And according to Sarah Cottrell, in her work, Autonomy and Good Language Learners, this autonomy is related to responsibility, um, the responsibility that the students develop to self manage their own processes during learning. So as teachers, we need to start focusing on teaching these kind of strategies to the students so that they can use them in their own processes. And also the practice is important, is essential for this process. A student who doesn't practice continuously is going to forget everything, and is a student, is a person who is not in charge of his own or her own process. What about form, content, and use? Do you have a characteristic about this? I mean, about the language, about cultural factors of learning the language.
Yeah, yeah, we have to take into account the factors. If we are going to learn a foreign language, the culture too, so we have to learn different things, so not only the grammar,
Hmm.
so we have to search about different things, we have to search information about the culture, so it's important to know the vocabulary
Hmm.
and practice, so the listening and speaking different abilities
Yeah,
that we have to develop in order to communicate with the other people.
you are right. As learners, we need to focus not only on the form, uh, but we need to see the use, content. Try good autonomous language learners focus on the meaning more than on the content, and it's more about grammar, as you have said. And we need to start supporting our students so that they can establish or develop some metacognitive strategies regarding to language learning. Language is a has some specific factors related to culture. So when a student understand that language has those cultural aspects, they start learning the real language, and that makes them good language learners. About this picture, I was thinking on this, how to highlight. It requires from the students some specific abilities or characteristics like creativity and also autonomy and the awareness of the language. That language is more than just grammar, and it's part of the life that is going to help them to be better people or better, in this case, professionals in the future. What's your opinion about this?
About the picture, yes, so not all the students are read the same or learned in the same form or way. So we have to take into account maybe the multiple intelligences here. So it's very important because all of them have to develop the skills, listening, speaking, but not all students learn in the same way. So we
Hmm.
have to take into account the different abilities in order to develop, yeah, their skills
Hmm.
in the other language or in the foreign language.
You are right. Actually, you have talked about an important topic here. Is that the difference? So all of our students are different. They learn different, and they think different. And as teachers, we need to focus on that. Try to guide them in the process of learning and offer them different ways or options to learn, so they can use them in the future and learn by themselves. So that's what autonomy means. Real. It's not about learning themselves at their houses, but learning how to learn. And this is the process that we want to do in this course. So thank you so much, Lina. I think that's it. We have approached to the conclusions. So, in a nutshell, I think it is necessary to develop some specific characteristics from our students so they can work not only by themselves, but they understand why are they are learning this language. What is the purpose of the language? Yeah, so they understand the objectives, and also they develop their own processes learning language. So do you have something to add in this part?
Yes. So what you say is very important because the student has to be autonomous, but it's continuous work, and the teacher and the students have to work together. See, yes. So with autonomy and discipline. So the discipline is very important, plays an important role with the autonomous learning.
You are right, and actually it's a good point. So continuous process in this conversation, this process, working together, yeah, doing the kind of cooperation between teachers and students, and it's going to be successful in the process, or considering the main objective of the English program at our schools. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Yes,
being here.
thank you so much for inviting me, Freddy. So
Okay, it was a
thanks.
pleasure, and that's it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.